Fat loss in your 20s, why you can eat more than ever right now and lose weight. If you are in your 20s and you are currently eating 1,200 calories a day, doing cardio every single morning, and wondering why your body still isn't changing, I feel you. This was literally me 6 months ago. I was eating as little as possible and feeling like my body was just not responding to absolutely anything I was doing. And this happens to so many clients that also come to me. I need you to hear what I'm about to say because I've helped over 1,500 women change the way their bodies fire and eat more food than they can ever imagine and get leaner in the process. I also did it myself. Right now, in your 20s, you are sitting in the single most powerful metabolic window of your entire life. And right now, you are completely wasting it if you are not trying to get on top of your habits, to be honest. So your 20s are the years where your hormones are at their absolute peak, okay? So your estrogen is very high. Your testosterone is very high, right? And it's the highest it will ever be ever again. Your insulin sensitivity is at its best, and your body's ability to build muscle and burn fat simultaneously is completely unmatched. So what does this mean? This means you have the ability to eat more food than you think, train hard, build lean muscle, and lose fat all at the same time. Literally without starving yourself, without doing 2 hours of cardio every day, and without giving up on the foods that you love. So what am I going to actually do today and what am I going to teach you? In this video, I am going to break down exactly why your 20s are your biggest metabolic advantage. What most women get completely wrong during this phase of their life and the exact blueprint that we use for all our clients to help them build lean athletic physiques that they want, while obviously eating more food than they ever thought possible. So let me explain what is actually happening inside your body right now, which makes your 20s so special, okay? So first, it's actually your hormonal environment. In your 20s, your estrogen, like I said before, is at its peak, right? Your estrogen levels are high and they're stable. Estrogen plays a direct role in how your body partitions nutrients, okay? So meaning it helps direct the food you eat toward muscle building and energy use rather than fat storage. It also supports bone density, joint health, and recovery from training. On top of that, like I also said, your testosterone levels, and yes, women have testosterone too, are at their peak. Testosterone is going to be the primary driver of muscle protein synthesis. It is what tells your muscle cells to repair, grow, and get stronger after a hard training session. By your mid-30s, especially after 40, these levels do start to decline significantly. I'm not saying it's impossible to have your dream physique at those ages. It just does get harder when those levels drop. You also have peak insulin sensitivity in your 20s. This means you can eat more carbohydrates. Your body is highly efficient at shuttling that glucose into your muscle cells for energy and glycogen, storage, rather than actually just storing it as body fat. And finally, your growth hormone output is at its highest. Growth hormone is responsible for fat metabolism, muscle repair, and body composition in the simplest terms. It naturally does decline with age, which is obviously one of the primary reasons fat loss does become harder as you get older. No, not impossible, but it can become harder. Put all of this together, and what you have in your 20s is a body that is biologically primed to build muscle and burn fat all at the same time. This is literally called body recomposition, and it is significantly easier to achieve in your 20s than at any other point in life. The tragedy is that most women spend their 20s trying to be as small as possible and actually spend this entire window starving themselves on 1,200 calories, doing the endless cardio, and losing muscle in the process. They are fighting their biology instead of actually working with it. Let me, I guess, paint you a picture, okay? This is something that I see very often with new clients that come to me in their 20s. The client, they're eating 1,200 calories. The client doing, cardio 5 to 6 days a week. They're exhausted, hungry, irritable, but the body looks exactly the same as it did 3 months ago, even 6 months ago. Potentially even the body looks softer than it did. Okay, so why is this happening? And why is your body not progressing? Okay. When you chronically undereat, and maybe you are on that 1,200 calorie diet or trying to stick to it, your body does not just happily burn off stored fat, right? Your body is a survival machine, right? It detects the energy shortage and it adapts. So your metabolism technically kind of like slows down in simple terms. Your thyroid output drops, your non-exercise activity like fidgeting, walking, general movement throughout the day decreases automatically without you even noticing. Your body starts breaking down your own muscle tissue to use as fuel because it's expensive to maintain and your body wants to conserve energy, right? So what's the result? You end up losing muscle. Your metabolism gets slower and your body fat percentage actually increases. And even your scale, and even as your scale weight like drops. So your scale weight can go down, but your body fat percentage can go up. You end up lighter, but you look softer. And the worst part is that now your maintenance calories are even lower than when you started, meaning you actually have to eat less just to maintain your current weight. This is the metabolic trap. And in your 20s, when you have the most muscle building potential of your entire life, this is the most expensive mistake you can possibly make. You are not just failing to make progress right now, you are actively damaging your metabolic health for the next decade. So, what does the right approach actually look like then for you, and how can you progress past this? Here is the exact 3-part blueprint we use for our female clients in their 20s and what I have done myself. So, part 1, set your calories at a moderate deficit, not a starvation deficit. For most women in your 20s and in their 20s, your maintenance calories are significantly higher than what you think they are. Oftentimes, your maintenance calories are typically, depending on obviously your height and weight, this is really going to depend, are usually between 1,900 to 2,400 calories, depending on obviously, like I said, so many different factors. But a moderate fat loss deficit means eating 300 to 500 calories below your maintenance. Again, this will really depend and it should change weekly depending on your scale weight fluctuations. But that means most women in their 20s can lose body fat while eating 1,600 at a low end to 2,000 calories a day, not 1,200. Not 1,000 calories, a real sustainable amount of food that keeps your hormones functioning, your energy high, and your muscle tissue protected. That's what you need. Okay? A moderate deficit. Part 2, you need to prioritize protein. Let's not overlook it. Above everything else, protein is the single most important macronutrient for your body recomposition, literally. It protects your muscle tissue during a deficit. It keeps you full, and it has the highest thermic effect of any food. What does that mean? It means your body burns more calories just by digesting protein, right? So aim for about 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight every single day. No, not just one day a week, every single day. So for a 65 kilogram woman, that's roughly 105 to 145 grams of protein per day. And if you need help on how to actually get that protein in, message me. I'll look into your diet. Part 3. Build your routine around heavy progressive resistance training. This is non-negotiable. You need to be lifting weights, not light pink dumbbells for 20 reps. Your resistance band kickbacks are not going to do it for you. But genuinely challenging weights that push your muscles to work hard, okay? Pilates is amazing, but I wouldn't suggest just doing Pilates. I love the incorporation of it though. 4 days a week, even 3 days of structured resistance training focused on compound movements, squats, deadlifts, hip thrust, rows, pressing movements is enough to completely transform your body composition. But at the end of the day, I just want you to do some resistance training that you enjoy. That is going to be the primary driver here. Whatever you enjoy and you can stick to long term is the best. The cardio, on the other hand, keep it simple. 8 to 10,000 steps a day, fine. Walking is low intensity. It supports fat loss without obviously breaking down your muscle. And it does not spike your cortisol the way like chronic cardio does. That is a blueprint: moderate calories, high protein, heavy lifting, and daily movement. No starvation, no 2-hour cardio sessions, no obsessive food restriction. If you want to do things like Stairmaster, personally, I love it. Add it in, but don't overly fatigue yourself, and there's no need to do it every day, again, for crazy amounts of hours, okay? The habits you build in your 20s become the foundation for health for the rest of your life. The women who spend their 20s yo-yo dieting, starving themselves and abusing cardio are the same women who hit 35 and then 40 and find that fat loss has become nearly impossible. Their metabolism is damaged. Their relationship with food is broken, and they have spent 15 years fighting their own body. But the women who spend their 20s learning how to eat in a way that actually fuels their body, building real strength in the gym, and developing habits that fit their lifestyle, they are the ones who look incredible by the time that they're 40, okay? Your 20s are not just a window for fat loss. They are a window to build the foundation that will carry you for the next 30 years. So honestly, like, do not waste it on 1,200 calories in a treadmill, because you do not need to be doing that in your 20s at all. Like, you can honestly be enjoying food right now. So if this video resonated with you, and if you are in your 20s and you are ready to stop guessing, stop starving yourself, and finally build a body and a lifestyle that you are genuinely proud of, I want to help you do that. And it is exactly what I do. I help thousands of others do the same. And I've helped myself, of course. Click the link in the description below. I will attach it in the comments to apply for our one-on-one coaching program. We will assess your current diet, your training, your lifestyle, and your goals, and build a completely customized plan that is designed around your specific body, your schedule, and your life. Any questions, let me know, and I hope you've enjoyed this video.